It says we're live. Not sure if we are.
On my phone, it says waiting for VW Bricks.
Um, Upcoming. I'm just opening it up now to see. Oh, yeah, I think it's going. Hold on. I'm just going to mute this. Yeah, okay, we are live.
Okay.
I am going to watch it, though, to make sure. Sorry, guys. We've had some technical issues. Two people watching, probably Matt and I, because we're both making sure the chat is working. So if anybody isn't watching this, three people watching now. There we go. So at least we know someone outside of us is watching. YouTube had issues earlier on today, like about 8 o'clock Eastern. There were some issues with YouTube. You could watch an existing video if it was already queued, like if you already had it going. But new videos weren't working for about 20 minutes, like trying to watch something. So looks like it's back to normal, although we just had a snafu. So if it kicks out again, we will just try and go live again and see what happens. But anyway, okay. Looks like we're good. I'm going to close that on my browser. And I'm going to cough for a second because that's the state of things. Hold on. I have the persistent cough that just won't go away because that's how my body is.
Usually that's a convention, convention crud, they call it. You brought it back from Scarebeck, apparently.
I brought it, but well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably because I was close to a lot of people at that point. That wasn't just me and my girlfriend. So yeah, that could possibly be it. Okay, chat. Oh, someone new, Nate, Mr. Nate. Wait, do we used to have a Mr. Nate? 442?
Not familiar to me.
The Nate part sounds familiar, but anyways, hello, welcome. We are doing well. Like I said, a little late starting the stream, but it seems to be working now, thankfully. So yeah. So welcome, episode 237. I feel like I've said this once before. For Canadian Brick Builders, Matt and myself, and maybe some others will join later. We'll see what happens. And by others, I mean David, because sincere, because he usually joins a little late because of family stuff. So, so yeah. So Matt apparently lost a bet that was made in our last chat. So he's going to be doing something with helicopters this afternoon or this evening. Honestly, dude, you should have. Your punishment should have been getting a hat, wearing a hat with a helicopter on top of it. Like one of those little.
I don't have a propeller.
Well, we would have got you one.
But so here is here's the hat of the day. And Toronto, of course, is still playing baseball. They're in the playoffs, and it has this lovely fall decorative motif.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very seasonal. Yeah. So good. My Tigers were eliminated, so I'm rooting for the Maple Leafs. Not the Maple Leafs.
The Blue Jays. They are currently winning bottom of the third. What's the series at though?
I think they're down 0-2. I could be wrong.
Game 4, Seattle leads 2-0. Wait, hold on. Game 5. Yeah, Seattle's okay. So we're in game 3 right now. Sorry, I'm just looking at the stats because I haven't really been following it. And that's why we have extra browser windows open on the side. Oh, Nathan or Nate is my name. Okay, sure. I think we had a Mr. In my head, there was a Mr. Nate in the history of some of the chats we've been on, and I don't know if that's just in my head or if that's actually something. But
anyway. And Nate, is that do you have an Instagram? Is that your Instagram handle, or is that just your YouTube handle?
Oh, the Nate Mr. 442.
Yeah, because a lot of times when people join the show, they might post their Lego pictures on Instagram. So if you do Lego on the Instagram, I'll follow you if that's your handle.
Yeah, let us know. If you want, of course. Axel Plate is here too. Axel's got a number behind his name too, which is interesting. Huh.
It makes me think. So, like my YouTube handle was Matthew Gunning 4388, and because I'm now switching to using my channel for hats, I changed the screen name so it's not my first and last name.
Gotcha.
So that reads to me like I'm guessing that's people's YouTube handle. I'm guessing that's what that is.
Yeah, that's possible. I'm just pulling up my channel here for a second to see, because I'm still VW Bricks.
Okay.
And I don't have a number behind my name, so maybe because you've changed yours, maybe it assigned that or something. I don't know. It's interesting. Anyway, all right. Matt, have you ever made a collage of team logos from Lego? Have you ever made any team logos from Lego?
I have not. I
Yeah.
should really build like the Red Wings logo out of Lego bricks. That'd be a fun challenge, honestly.
Yeah, and like in the different styles that you could do it with dots or more plate based, not based.
Yep.
Be interesting to see. And I have to say the Red Wings logo is a pretty difficult logo to do. I would say
A lot of curves.
a lot of curves.
Curves with the tips of the wing tips.
Yeah.
Not a lot of straight lines. Lego like straight lines.
Agreed. So, it's kind of interesting to take on challenges like that sometimes. So, Matt's currently watching the hockey game.
Yes, Detroit, Florida are in the third period, and Florida has a power play. It's 2-1. So if Florida scores, they tie. And anyway, so I'll watch to the end of the game, and then I'll probably go to my Lego room. At that
yeah, fair enough. I like in case people are wondering what you're doing, actively looking off into the distance.
If you look at my lenses, you can watch the game.
Wait, no, we can't do that. That'd be like restreaming.
That's right. We'll get in trouble. We're gonna get in trouble for rebroadcasting the hockey game on my.
Would it be reversed? Would they be able to catch it if it was an inverted image? No, anyway.
That's a good question.
Luckily, we don't have to worry about that. So, we've had ice hockey. Well, hockey or ice hockey, it's the same thing.
Ice hockey.
Yeah.
The really important question is: does Jeff have a chimney or not?
Jeff currently has no. See, okay. Let's restart that statement. I'm having my chimney repaired outside because it's slightly tilted, and the term do I have a chimney or not? I don't know if that sounded right. So I need to get my roof redone probably next year or the year after. So part of that is my chimney needs to be repaired because the roofers won't come on the roof unless the chimney is not bent ever so slightly, and it's literally a 1 degree bend, but it's enough to worry them, and my chimney's rotten out. So I'll show you some pictures of that in a few minutes. They took my chimney down today to roughly the roof line. It's a little bit lower than the roof line, and he's tarped it up, and he'll be back either tomorrow afternoon because he's got another job in the morning, or Friday to finish it. So, and Jeff does have internet. I'm not using my phone. My internet was finally, my issues between the two companies was finally resolved on Thursday afternoon.
So this is all done. Like no more.
We are officially 100% TELUS internet.
Right.
But that does remind me, I need to call Bell and see if I can send back the router that they charged me $200 for, because I didn't send it back when I originally cut my contract. That's something I need to do, and I'm just looking for something to write with. Do I actually have a pen at my desk? I do. Wow.
It feels like Jeff's internet drama has stretched out for a year and a half. That's probably
call Bell. Big time. It started in February. I think over the past year I have not had internet. I've not had good internet. I've not had internet for probably about 2 months of the last year, due to like the fiber issue started in February, but I think it was back in November, December. I was actually having cable issues as well. Axel saying I didn't get this at name number thing in chat earlier. Yeah, so that's why I'm wondering if they've changed something.
It might be YouTube refiring itself, and it's pulling up people's default handles. I'm guessing it might be what's going on.
I'm just doing a test as VW Bricks. Yeah, see, it comes through chat with just my name. So,
Axel,
but it's also saying at name. So, weird.
So Axel, this hockey game that I'm watching, there is a Swedish player whose name is Axel Sandin Pellikka. So there's an Axel in the hockey game too.
Well, and that's why we have to differentiate the Axels now.
It's fitting that Axel should play for the Motor City. I mean, it really is.
This is true. Have I used all the pieces I bought in Europe? I have used 4 pieces, I think, that I bought in Europe. Tiles. So to answer that, no, that's not true. I have used white 1x2 plates because I bought some of those in the Lego store, and in Europe as well because they had them, and it's like, oh, I need some of those. First test successful, second test also. Not sure what tests we're talking about. Oh, host test. Okay, yes, because I wrote test. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to see what the names came up as. So yeah, okay, sorry. I'm a little slow on the I'm a little slow. Let's put it that way. Axel is a common name in Northern Europe countries. Northern Europe countries. I did not realize that. I mean, we have Alex, Alex, for in Alexander. So, is Axel based on something like that? Just out of curiosity, but anyway, like, is it Alexi? No, because that's Axel AX. Yeah, no. Anyway, yeah. So, what a chat we're having. Yeah. So there were new sets announced this week, which is awesome. A few of them were kind of interesting and I want to say odd, but and then just some of the Batman ones are kind of weird. In that I get why they did what they did, but I don't know, not really liking any of them. I put the best Batman vehicle I could find on the graphic, which is the latest version of the Batmobile, but and we've had a really expensive set announced this week as well. So that's kind of interesting as well. And we'll also talk about the last part of my trip in Billund, which technically wasn't the last part of my trip, but the only part we haven't talked about. We'll get to that today too. So, Matt, what have you been doing in the Lego world, or what did we already talk about what you did on Monday?
I've just been wrapping up, putting away my bulk order. So no new creation. I mean, the one thing that I did crack open is a non-Lego construction set. So
Gotcha.
one of my local friends here gave me as a birthday gift a fun hole set.
Oh, one of those.
And it is
A black box?
Mountain cabin.
Okay.
I literally just opened the box. I have enough.
From afar, that almost looked like the Flintstone house.
And then, as Jeff saw in the pre-show and breaking news, the mail came today. And what I thought,
I think I got that already last week, but no, I got that. I don't know if that's the same one. I have one from a few weeks ago already, but that was before the postal strike. That was before I left, so it's probably a different one.
Has your postal strike come to an end then?
Yes.
Okay.
No, they've gone from a full strike to rotating strikes now. I guess the postal workers actually need to get paid.
Okay.
Because they were on strike for 2 or 3 weeks, solid, totally non-working. So now they're rotating, and every day, one like 3 or 4 cities are on strike.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they said there's going to be delays still. I need to open my Bricklink store as well, and I haven't done it yet because I was waiting to. I think the first day you could actually send mail was today.
Okay.
So I closed my store before I left, and I'll open that up as well, probably this weekend, I guess. I also need to figure out U.S. orders, and there's another system I need to use in order to properly do the tariff stuff for U.S. orders.
Okay.
So I'll have to do that because I do need to get more business from my store. But
that's actually something that did happen. So I bought in the Bricklink Designer Program. I bought the Studgate train station, and when it arrived, I thought, I could probably just build this from parts that I already own. So I never opened the thing. I listed on Bricklink, and because there were a limited number, I listed it for a price that I thought was a lot.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, if somebody wants to pay me $700 Canadian for the set, I'll sell it for $700 Canadian. Well, somebody bought it. So I shipped that out yesterday, and I was like, okay, well, good. That paid for some other Lego that I've already bought. So you can pay down the hobby credit card a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was pleasantly surprised. When I picked the price, I was like, no one's going to pay me this much money for the set. Well, somebody did. So you never know. That was good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's always nice when a big expensive set sells. And it was to someone in the States?
It was, but I I wonder it was a Chinese name of the purchaser, and sometimes those get reshipped to Asia and they get sold in the Asian market. I've seen that before, where I've had somebody who uses a reshipper. I've used reshippers to buy hats from Europe that can't be shipped to the States, and then I paid somebody to mail it to me. So I wouldn't be entirely surprised if this is destined for a Chinese marketplace. So I don't know if the original Bricklink designer stuff was available for purchase in China at that time.
I don't know. I don't know if. Yeah, I don't know.
This was like 2 years ago, So at that point, I don't know if they, because for a while Lego was, in conflict with China over the knockoff companies. So I don't know. Possible it wasn't for sale in China when it came out.
Well, and I mean that was probably back when there was 10,000 copies too. So
correct.
Yeah, so you would have been quick to get it. So it could have, even if it was available, they might not be able to order one.
Yep.
Or it's just someone who wants to have that train station and just is getting into the hobby too, right?
That's right.
So Axel's saying that you heard that there was a new dove and pab which sold out quickly. It was actually a pigeon. There's a new pigeon in the city train station set. Speaking of city or train stations, So yeah, but that one, as far as I've heard, has sold out as well. I think Matt, you were saying the blue air tanks, the dark blue air tanks, were sold out too.
Yeah, I went to order the air tanks and the helmet, but only the helmet was still left. So.
Yeah. So I mean, PAB stuff comes back. They just got to wait for it to come back in. Unfortunately, where we are both, we can't get it anyhow. But it is what it is, and hopefully that will change soon. The truth hurts good. Welcome. Hello. What's up, guys? Again, I'm seeing all these names I've never seen before. So
I wonder how many of these are like people we've seen before, but we just don't know the names.
The actual names. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, trying to think what else. So yeah, you said you didn't do much Lego, but what did you do on Monday night after Old Gray Bricks?
Yeah, so I kicked off a hat chat channel that's focused on non-sports hats. So these are like custom designs or limited run. And there had been a Canadian, Torontoan, who had run a show on Sundays that I had watched every week as a hat collector. And he announced that he was not going to do the custom hat channel anymore. He has 2 other hat channels. He also is a designer. He designs for Pro Image Colorado, and he's got his own boutique company called The Capologist, which they just rolled out like 3 Halloween themed hats this week. They go on sale tomorrow. And so when he closed it down, I reached out to a couple other collectors that I communicate with on a regular basis, and I said, "How would you be interested in doing a chat?" And everyone I reached out to said yes. So I am learning from Jeff and from Monday Night Old Gray Bricks, where I'm a participant in both those shows, but I'm not the host.
Yeah.
But watching you and Chris do it, I was like, I think I've seen enough. I think I could pull this off. And so Jeff here was very kind and helped me with a little practice session on Saturday. And I have my own Restream account. And so we kicked off our first show Monday night at 9, and it was not a train wreck, so that was the main concern. I got very nervous, though. So I was supposed to have 2 guests, and one guest had a family emergency and couldn't join. And then the second guest couldn't get it to open up, couldn't get Restream to open up. And I think he was trying to access it by clicking on the link in Instagram, and it was trying to open it like in Instagram instead of in the browser.
Yeah.
But he didn't join backstage until 5 minutes before we were scheduled to go live. And so I'm like starting to get nervous. I'm like, I'm all alone.
Yeah.
Like, what if I'm the only person? But he got in.
Yeah. And I mean, it does happen. Like, you will have chats where people join late and they can't help it or whatever, right? But and that's just when your voice gets really dry by the end of it because you're doing all the talking. But yeah, I flashed up the Restream logo in the top corner while you were talking there, just to say, yeah, that's what we're using.
Yeah.
But luckily we have this little banner we can add on top.
We had total cumulative live viewers. We had 30 people check in.
That's more than I get.
I heard. I mean, there was another fan who had encouraged people to check us out. So, I mean, she was kind of beating the bushes and telling other collectors like, hey, check it out. If you like it, come back. And so we got a couple positive comments. The Canadian guy who quit, he watched at least some of it and left a very nice comment saying, that he enjoyed it and encouraged us to keep going. So I think we're going to keep doing it. So
awesome. Yeah. I watched a part of it, like after Old Grey Bricks finished, I jumped on and just listened to a bit while I did some building and stuff. And it was interesting. I mean, it's not necessarily something that I necessarily know or care about.
Right.
Like it, what I mean? It's not something that doesn't. It's not that it interests me a lot. But I learned that there's weekly voting on hats, like which designs could get built or get, like basically Lego ideas for hats.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting.
And the vote happens on Monday, which is why we're doing it Monday night, because a lot of the collectors are like tuned in.
Yeah.
The voting happens, and then by the end of the day, we kind of know which designs are probably going to show up in the shop on Friday.
Yeah.
But everybody's kind of like focused in. Monday's like collector hat day. Like everyone in the community's like kind of we're kind of all focused on that topic that day of the week. So.
And are the votes results part of that? Like when they say which ones have won, do they actually tell you the vote results, or did your guest have knowledge that was extra?
So once you vote, you can see the breakdown. So you vote on it's a story stream account on Instagram. So you tap on the logo, and then you get the 20 hats, and you get three choices: yes, no, make some changes. You get three options, and you can tap. Once you tap, you can see how all the other voters voted. Yep. So I will typically go on at like 5, 6, 7 p.m. and I'll scroll back through all 20 to look at what the percentages are. Yeah. Typically, if they get over 40%, usually the company makes them. There are a few times where the company will pull hats that get under 40%, but the manager thinks it'll sell, so he'll still pull it. And then artist.
Sorry, you said if they get over 40%, that means 60% of the people said no?
Correct. But also, like, you don't expect everybody to buy the hat. Right?
Yeah, fair enough.
So there's 6 hats a week. So if you've got 4 hats that 40% of the voters liked, not every voter is going to buy every hat. That's unrealistic. Yeah. So they're just kind of looking at which ones seem to have enthusiasm.
The popular. And how many people vote on those hats? Like,
we can't see that. Only they know that.
Yeah, okay. I was just curious.
So. And so the artist will get offered a contract for their design. And once they sign the contract, then the logo is owned by the production company. And on Friday, we get to actually see what's for sale. So like the public doesn't know officially what's made until Friday, but in the community, there's a lot of chit chat. Like the artist will say, yeah, it got a contract. So for example, one of the 6 that didn't vote in the top 40, didn't get 40%, but we heard from the artist that she was offered a contract. So we were like, okay, she's going to be in the shop. So
yeah, okay, cool.
It's a very small community.
Waxblood is joining us as well. He doesn't have the number behind his name. Oh, neither does the Truth Hurts Good. So we're just trying to figure out this numbering system. Axel, did you add that number behind your name in Nate Mister? Just curious. Anyways, I've just noticed that it started appearing. So
I'm wondering if YouTube's software isn't kind of like rebooting and more things are coming online, maybe?
It's possible, yeah, because as we mentioned earlier, YouTube had an outage for a little while earlier, like at 8 o'clock or so Eastern. Oh, wait, there's what? No hockey chat? You need 2 people for a hockey chat, and I'm not one of them? Just saying? Oh,
right now
we did talk about the Red Wings shortly.
It's 2-1 with 6 minutes to go. Detroit's on power play. So if I throw my hands up in the air, that means we scored again.
No hockey chat. We did talk about baseball, the Blue Jays. So we did talk sports, even though we shouldn't. But it is playoff season, and the Blue Jays are the only Canadian team that exists in the Major League Baseball. So
and they're playing well. They had a good season. So.
Yeah. For the first time since what, 92? I'm joking, of course, but 93, I think, 92, 93.
It's been a while.
That's when we had the World Series, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, so it is something new, because Axel saying he didn't change anything earlier, chat. It was just Axel Plate.
Okay.
Yeah, the YouTube was glitching hard earlier.
That way we don't confuse him with Axel Plate 3721.
Yes. Yeah, that's a totally different person. Yeah, because it's not like there's 9,080 axle plates, right? So, anyways, I mean it's possible, but probably not.
So when I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, right after the '96 Olympic Games, in the
Yeah.
olden days, Jeff and I are ancient. In the olden days, we had to use phone books to look up people's phone numbers.
Yeah.
And when I moved here, my last name is not common. My
Hmm.
last name is Gunning. It's like in the entire
Same
Chicago
here.
phone book,
Yeah.
there's like 5 Gunnings. So like
Yeah.
it's not very common. But after a time, there is another Matthew Gunning in Atlanta. Like we both have exactly the same first and last name.
Yeah.
And in olden days, we had phone answering machines with the little tape, and it would
Yeah.
record. And every so often, I'd come home and I would say, "Oh, I have a message," and I would play it, and it would say, "Hey, Matt, it's Jim. I'm at the airport. Why don't you come down? We'll have a drink." This was before 9/11, so you could just
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
down to the airport and hang out at the bar. And I would be like, Jim called the wrong Matthew Gunning because I don't know who Jim is. And
Yeah.
so he probably got random phone messages from people trying to reach me. But it was kind of a running joke that I had a name clone in the metro area.
Did you ever call the other Matthew Gunning and say,
I
"Hi, Matthew Gunning, it's Matthew Gunning"?
I didn't. He's like an accountant or something because I
Yeah.
Googled him once
Yeah.
Google
Okay.
came along to
Yeah.
see who showed up. And I still Google our name every periodically just to make sure I come up above him. So
Gotcha.
because I have professional publications that creates
Yeah.
hyperlinks, so I do come up above the other Matthew Gunning that's in Atlanta. So I'm like, yes.
I think there's another Jeff Van Winden in the world, and he might be a cousin or relative of mine at some point. But I definitely top the scales because I've been on the internet since 2000, and yeah. Um,
Your
and Axel
internet game.
saying the other Axel is his evil clone from X on a parallel universe. So that makes sense. So yeah, maybe that's what happened to YouTube. All the dimensions kind of collapsed into each other, and now we have to give everybody numbers. So this is apparently. Well, no, I was gonna say, are we on Earth 9080? But that doesn't work because then Waxblat's on a different Earth.
Maybe you and I are just living in the Axelverse.
Maybe, who knows?
Axel.
Anyway, as for myself, we kind of talked about internet issues and chimney issues, but we had our Canadian Thanksgiving. Sorry, we had the real Thanksgiving this weekend. Which look it up. Canadians started Thanksgiving 40 years before the Americans took it on, and that's why they're on different times. Ours falls on Columbus Day weekend. I don't know if it's related to Columbus because it's not like Columbus ever came to Canada, but at least I don't think he did.
He missed it by a lot.
Missed it by a lot, yes.
He actually didn't come to mainland U.S. either.
No, he was on the Caribbean, right?
Yeah, the Bahamas and what is today Cuba and Puerto Rico and those kind.
Yeah.
He did, I think, see the landmass of Mexico. What is today Mexico on the Yucatan, but he never. I don't think he ever reached Florida, for example.
Okay, interesting. Waxbot's a cross-dimensional interloper. That makes sense. And all paths lead to the brick. This is also true. But yeah, so I spent the weekend at my girlfriend's as well, and we did a little shopping. I did find a bag of Braille bricks, a little set number, which I had to buy. It was like $5. It's just a poly bag. I had to buy it because.
Does it include the full alphabet? Do you
No,
get every?
It's 10 pieces.
Oh, it's 10.
So that was part of it. It's like, okay, I'm assuming it's RSTLNE and a few other letters, because that would make sense. Like, make it the most common letters at least. And it was not, and I can show you what it was because, well, we'll.
Is it true they left out the letters you need to spell swear words?
Yes, pretty much. I took a picture after the chat of Z-Blob in the pumpkin. But yeah, so so I bought this at a Walmart, and I put the picture on the Canadian Brick Builder chat, and literally the next day it was an article, like not from my picture, but literally the next day it was an article that this set has just appeared in stores. And I'm like, hi, I broke the news locally to my small group of people. But yeah, when I got back, I opened it up and it's basically Lego and then ABCD, also 1, 2, 3, 4, and E and G are there as well. So it's just Lego 1, 2, 3, 4, and it came with these 2 pieces, and I was like, okay, it's kind of weird, but then I realized wrong way. Then I realized it's actually supposed to be a little stand.
Oh. Okay.
So, I mean, you can't do much with it, but it at least introduces the world to Braille bricks in a cheap way, I guess.
So it spells Lego and A, B, C, D. Okay.
Also 1, 2, 3, 4. So, but yeah, there's a few, like, I mean, you take the letters off of these, and these could be some very interesting stud configurations for bricks, right?
Yep. Yep.
So
it's very clever of Lego to engineer a flat surface that has a bump on it. I'm sure it was a
yeah,
stretch.
yeah, exactly. I think it's a brilliant idea, and I'd be tempted to buy a Braille brick kit just because.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, yes, you could probably write something in Braille in front of your mock, but if someone who is blind is at a Lego show, I don't know that they'd really get much out of it in the first place. So,
And
I mean,
most of the shows we go to have like barriers to keep people from reaching and touching your Lego.
yeah, this is true too. This is true too. But there was a game related to this as well. So the paperwork was showing kind of I think when you actually buy one of the sets, I think there's like a card, or you basically like you close your eyes and you try and figure out what the brick is or something. So like I can't remember exactly what I saw. If only I had the set right in front of me with the little booklet that I could open up. Let me just check because.
Yeah, Jeff. Close your eyes and feel the brick and tell us what
Feel the
letter.
brick. Yeah, well, that's what we do every day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's oh, okay. So it's like a person picking up a card, reading out the letter, and or three dots, and guess what the letter is, and then the other person's got their eyes closed and they're trying to find that combination. So it could be find the L, and they're looking for Braille for the L. So I mean, it would. I mean, a game like that would teach kids how to read sign language or how to read Braille, which is kind of interesting. Like if you haven't done it before, or at least familiarizes yourself with it. I mean, sign language to me would probably be more handy than Braille, but that's for a different community, obviously, as well. So, so yeah, I've been through the week, or I've been slowly upgrading my buildings by adding a number to them, so that they're easier to place in where they belong when we're setting up the castle. Did they just win?
They just scored an empty net, so it's 3-1. They should win now. So.
They should win now. So and slowly rebuilding. This was last night. This was a building that was always problematic, and I'm slowly rebuilding it, like basically adding more structure to it because it keeps on falling apart, as you can tell. And then yes, this morning, at 7 o'clock this morning, no, about 7:20 this morning, I was still in bed. I was awake, but I was still in bed, and I heard some noises, and I'm like, I bet you they were here already. They weren't supposed to come till 8 o'clock. But the roofer or the chimney guy came because I don't know how well this picture's going to show. My chimney's got some damage in it. There, I have a few other pictures that will probably show it better.
Does it currently lean, or it needs to have a 1 degree?
No, it's slightly leaning in towards the house.
Got it.
Okay. So what's happening is the roof cap. Let me just see if I can find if I have a better picture. The chimney cap. Right up in here, it's disintegrating. And it's basically three stones on the top, and the mortar or the concrete that was in between it has disappeared, and so water is leaking down the chimney.
Ooh.
And that's causing, you can kind of see a little bit of it here, but it's basically causing the chimney to disintegrate. Here you can actually see the lean here a bit.
Yep.
It's leaning inward. And I mean this. Okay, the bigger piece was not from previous, like the bigger pieces, but there's been concrete debris on my roof every time it rains or snows or whatever, and water seeps into the chimney. And we're in Canada, so water freezes in the winter and it pushes out on the stone. So the guy was basically, he was saying as he was removing the bricks, the grout around them, the mortar around them, was basically dust in a lot of spots. So he was using one of the mini jackhammer type things to get at it, but a lot of the bricks he didn't have to do that with as much. So yeah, just his progress today. So they basically got the chimney down to this was, I think, the vibration of my theory is I had a Lego bin fall today that was sitting basically. Let me full screen me for a second. That was sitting kind of right on top of this bin here, which was very level. and there's the yellow bin now, which I picked it up. But I think what happened was the vibration of the rock hammer or the jackhammer. I could feel it a little bit in my table, so I'm wondering if it was just enough to move the bin and have it fall, because it was just randomly fell during the day. I'm like, what the heck's going on? But I cleaned that up. So yeah, chimney progress. I was just taking pictures of the progress all day because my family was interested, and he's getting down to the roof line. And I think the bad brick is all in here, so he hasn't gotten all the way down yet. And then I don't know what I was taking a picture of there. Oh, I was just trying to see to see if there was a bow, but it's a little bit there, you can't see. So yeah, he basically got down to just below the roof line. All these bricks here are in the roof. He said all those bricks were perfectly fine. And then when he left at about 3 o'clock or about noon, between noon and say 3. Basically, he's gotten down a few rows of bricks down to like into the chimney, and he said everything beyond that is all in good condition. So, sorry. He'll be back either tomorrow afternoon or Friday morning to finish the job. So he should be able to get it done. He'll have it done by Friday. So yeah, that was my excitement for the day. But it's basically making this month a really expensive month because Europe and this, not the best combination. So yeah, like not the cheapest month for me. So let's check out chat for a second here because I didn't have it on there.
Blue Jays are up 8-2, so they're in a very strong position.
Yeah, that is pretty good. That's the problem with baseball, though. Like getting that high of a score doesn't take that much. I mean, you can do it easily. So good score. Why are there 2 studs on the 3 brick and 3 studs on the 4 brick? Oh, are there? Hold on, now I have to look.
I would assume that's because of the shape of the braille, but the braille is based on shape, not necessarily.
Oh yeah, so hold on, I'll full screen myself here because I have it in my hand. Yeah, so it's the 2 brick has 2 studs down, the 3 brick has 2 studs sideways, and then the 4 brick is 3. It's just the way they created the system, I guess, right? Like,
yeah,
yeah, you would think, and I don't know, like the most studs I see on here is 4, but I guess technically they could go up to 6. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% familiar with how the braille system works, but
what I'm curious about, and I don't know the answer to this question, but I was surprised to learn that when it comes to sign language, so for hearing impaired people, there's American Sign Language, and of course there's hand gestures for each letter. You can spell out letters. And I did not know until recently that American Sign Language doesn't use the same shapes as, say, British Sign Language. Like they actually have a different way of signing.
Yeah.
I wonder if Braille is universal. So like,
I don't know.
Is the letter S in English the same as the letter S in Swedish, for example, or in German? I don't know.
Yeah, okay, so Braille definitely has French, Spanish, and English versions because there's different letters.
Okay.
So I'm like Canadians also use ASL, American Sign Language.
Okay.
But yeah, there are definitely different versions, obviously. And looking at the pattern here, it looks like there isn't a 6-dot pattern, but it's definitely up to 5 dots or 5 pips. I don't know what you'd actually call it, 5 studs, since we're talking about Lego. Anyway, so, but I mean, it gives us a lot of different Lego combinations for sure. I hate saying it, but it's true. Like, there was there was one pattern that I was really hoping they would have, and they don't seem to have it, which would be basically just top and bottom corner dots on both ones. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Can you confirm, are these full-size bricks or are these plates?
They're 2x4s.
Okay, so they're 2x4 bricks.
Yeah.
I wish that they would make them as tiles so that you could just lay them on top of something. Like if they were thinner instead of
full
brick.
Yeah, that's an idea.
I'll get on the phone to Lego about that.
Yeah, do that. Yeah. Oh, wait, you're no longer an ambassador, so that won't work.
Thankfully.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Axel or Waxbot saying one of his Legmates is losing his sight and incorporating the Braille bricks in his builds. Okay, interesting. Good proactive fix before it gets really bad. When I replaced our chimney, the guy said a very likely could have broken off and punched a hole through our kitchen. Yeah, I mean, I'm worried of it falling on my car. I mean, it probably wouldn't, but even just hitting the roof would cause roof damage, right? So
and wake you up in the middle of the night, because of course it would happen in a snowstorm.
Of course, yeah. So, and I actually had my chimney repointed, which is when they basically just put new grout back in. I had it repointed just before, I think it was in 2018, and it didn't help. So obviously, I should have fixed the water problem originally. Maybe that's my bad, but it's also the guy didn't necessarily suggest that I actually tear it all the way down. The last one we had here, so. My house is haunted just before Halloween with all the bricks falling off the table. Yeah, that's quite possible too. Yeah, it would have been weird as well. I thought it would only just be one universal sign language. Yeah, I mean, sign to me, I agreed, but maybe it's just because different parts of the world created sign language at different times.
I think that's the case,
right? Or they just they didn't like the signs or different words. Like, I mean, it is a different. The words mean different things in different languages, right? As in, we don't we say apple and in French it's pomme, P-O-M-M-E, right? So maybe somehow the translation of using your hands for that is different. I don't know.
Well, and then sometimes there's gestures that are a whole word and they don't spell out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sometimes they spell it out, and other times, and if I am swearing right now in sign language, I have no idea. But I mean, sign language is one of those things I always thought would be interesting to learn.
Yeah. So one of my, I guess she's my cousin's once removed. One of my cousins once removed is a ASL instructor. So she's certified and she does that. So
yeah, one of my girlfriends in high school and early college, she knew sign language as well. So. So I've always been kind of interested in it, but never really took the effort to learn it. Anyways, all right, let's jump into the news. Since we are already kind of there. Braille bricks. It's funny, when I typed in Braille alphabet, I automatically got the 3 English, French, and Spanish sets. And coincidentally, the reason why I don't buy it is because it's $120 Canadian for each, or is that US? Now I have to check because, yeah, that's Canadian. $120 Canadian for the Braille kit. It comes with 287 pieces though, so obviously it's a full. It's multiple versions or multiple letters. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to open this up quickly. 405, 40656. I'm just going to open this up in Brickset. Just to get the bigger image of that. Sorry, just to get the bigger image of that of the contents of the set. Because I'm
Jeff's going to order the full alphabet before the show is over. I can already see it now.
No, because they're not available on Bricks and Pieces right now because we don't get them. 12 A's.
You can't just order. They don't sell a full set of all the letters?
They do.
Okay.
But not a single set. Like, it's 12. Looks like 8s, 12s, and 4s. So you get minimum 4 copies of each letter.
Okay.
But there's also a 6 brick, a 6 studded brick, which I'm guessing is space maybe or something. And then there's all the symbols. An arrow up, the comma, the quote, the period. So they have plus minus number sign, the multiplication, division, equals, and 4 of this one. I don't know what this one is.
That means brick separator.
And a brick separator. So yeah, that's kind of cool. And there's 2 base plates that are unknown in size. Is there an inventory parts?
Well, you could count the studs.
Well, yeah, it couldn't count it based on that though. Brick. Oh, 32 by 32 base plate. Okay. Just curious if it was some weird size.
I wonder how many Z's and X's you get. It could be like Scrabble.
Four of each.
Okay. I don't think like you need 4 X's though.
Probably not. So, all right, on to the news. Matt is working with screwdrivers. No, what are you doing?
No, I'm just stacking.
Oh, you're stacking. I thought that was the top of a screwdriver. I thought you were like, I thought you were screwing around over there, Matt.
I am.
Anyway, speaking of screwing around, where is Dave?
I don't know. He's gonna get fired. He's not gonna get those big royalty checks if he doesn't show up.
True. True. All right, Lego ideas. There was only one set this week that qualified for 10K, which is the Garfield Jim Davis's lovable, lazy, lasagna craving cat. That's a lot to say. I don't think the box, if this made it into a set, I don't think the box would actually have all of that on there. It would probably be the big orange cat because that's the way Lego's renaming or naming things right now, and we'll get into that in a little bit.
My question is, does anyone under the age of 40 even know who this cat is? Because this seems like a very Gen X boomer coded.
I have seen a lot of kids. I've seen kids in the past couple of years reading a lot of the old comic books that we had, like all the the rectangular comic book strips that we had for those. I have seen a lot of those, not a lot, but I've seen kids randomly reading those. So yeah, I think they do. I think kids will know it. And Garfield had a movie not too long ago.
Well, it's good to know because I mean, I enjoyed the Sunday comics as a kid. I enjoyed the Saturday TV comics as a kid. So I just assumed those traditions were dead, but it's good to know that they live on. So
yeah, I mean, for me, Calvin and Hobbes will always hopefully live on as well.
And the Far Side.
And yes, Waxbot agrees, or I agree. It fits the new long-form Lego naming conventions. All right, so this was created by Packatrix. It's a 1,453-piece build, features a larger scale model of Garfield with customization options for eyes. The head and legs also have movement on them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I don't know if they show different eyes. The eyes they show here are the same, so, but I mean, it's probably not hard to move some studs around to change the eye patterns. Sorry, I was awake at 7 this morning, and that's an hour earlier than I normally decide to wake up. But anyway, okay, so that was that. That's it for ideas, which is kind of strange. I did see this advert or this article in Brickset. The Auckland, New Zealand Brick Show is happening this weekend. The weekend of 27. Oh no, sorry. Oh wow. Hold on. The show was held over a weekend in late September. This is a review of the Auckland Brick Show. I thought it was coming up. I didn't actually read it that well. This happened September 27th, 28th. So yeah, that's old news. But anyways, if you live in New Zealand and you didn't get a chance to go there, maybe hopefully you can get there next year. Garfield and or besides the Tuxedo Cat is a must for me. Yeah, again, hopefully they make it. I mean, I think there would be enough people that would be interested in it, but they've also had multiple Lego Ideas Garfields in the past, so I'm not sure exactly if it'll become a set or not, but we can hope. Also on Bricklink, on Brickset, they mentioned that about the Bricklink Designer Program Series 6, which went on sale last Monday, I think it was, and it's already done for pre-orders. They basically had it open for a week and a few days. After everything hit 3,000 votes for qualifying for the minimum amounts, they locked out how many actual sets were being created. Like they got rid of that grid. So we didn't really talk much about it last week, other than say that they were available. I think a few people I've talked to have placed some orders for a few of these sets, but unlike the previous years, we're not going to know how much money Lego's making on this and how much money each of the designers was making on estimates. But
I think it's because you made it the public aware. It's all
could
your fault.
Could maybe, who knows, right? Probably not, but it could be. Yeah, Lego does keep files on people in that And the only reason why I know that is years ago, and I think I might have told this story before, but years ago, our friend Janie, back in the Lugnet days, and Lugnet was getting a little bit, Lugnet, which is our original news group, was starting to break apart, and there was people, there were people that just wanted to go play in their own sandbox. So Janie had created a lug called JLug, so a website called JLug for Jane Lug. And they had started a contest or a build thing for what they called Bonktron, BONK Tron, and yes, it was a sexual ships basically. And I mean, while I didn't participate, I did look at it and I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. And back when that happened, I was still younger and didn't know how to process it. But anyways, years passed, and I was in when I was an ambassador later in life. I was Lego ambassador for a while, and they were talking about Lego ideas. It was like the predecessor ideas. It was a Kuso presentation they were giving to some of the ambassadors, and people were talking. They were talking about making sure the content was safe for stuff. And as they were going through the presentation, they scrolled through some pictures, and one of them was from the JLug group, and it was a Lego penis, basically spaceship that was built. And I quickly screen captured it because it was from the JLug webpage, and I'm like, oh my god, they're watching. And I sent that to Janie. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Lego was getting information like they do, kind of follow things. Hey, look, someone figured out how much money we were making on these sets, or that type of thing. It wouldn't surprise me. But anyways, Waxpot said he ordered the Art Factory. Yeah, I think Mark Sandlin also did. He was saying, yeah, the Art Factory was definitely an interesting one. I like the elevator on it. All right, next up. Also, speaking of Bricklink Designer Program, Series 9 voting. I don't know if we actually talked about this. We might have. Series 9 voting has started, and it's going on until October 17th. What led me to this was Brickset they're doing some highlights of some of the cooler ones that are coming out, and they've done about 9 of them on Brickset already. So I just thought I'd pull it up and just see how many. There's 436 designs. I think we did talk about these before. But there's definitely a lot of castle ones and a lot of different things. So if you want to add your input, hop over to Brickset or to Bricklink's website, and after you've entered in your birth date, which seems to actually be not happening anymore, or not a required thing anymore, you can go through the 436 models. I'm pretty sure you can sort it by stuff, maybe search by design name or designer. There's some filters. Oh yeah, there are categories for like medieval, space and sci-fi. Let's just look at space and sci-fi because we always do medieval. Oh, we should look for helicopters too.
Well, save that for when Dave's on.
Yeah, but it might be over by then.
We get enough helicopter talk already.
Actually, we don't. We don't. Okay, for the record, I always spelled helicopter wrong. I always spelled helicopter TOR at the end. And after having to type helicopter in every week in our weekly chats, in the description in YouTube, I've learned how to spell it properly.
So when
there are no helicopter search results.
In college, I was a classics major, so I learned ancient Greek and Latin.
Yeah.
And helicopter is from 2 Greek words. And so when you're learning the language, one of the things that they pitch you is like, if you study Greek and Latin, you'll be able to figure out more English words. Okay. I would have never figured out that helicopter came from 2 Greek words unless they had pointed out. It's helio, meaning towards the sun. Okay. And I forget what the copter part stands for.
And I have heard people call them heliocopters in the past. In my brain, I know a heliocopter I've heard before.
Yeah. So I mean, it is based on those 2 words. So I mean,
yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the voting ends October 17th, and then the votes will be tallied, and we'll see. The review period is from the 17th of October to the November 19th, and the announcements will be made for the 5 design sets on the 19th of November. And it looks like the designers will then be able to refine their designs between December 3rd and September 1st of 2016, and the crowdfunding for these ones will start next October. So, and they'll be shipped out roughly around March of 2027. That's insane, but that's the product life cycle for Lego. So,
all right, it's insane how fast it is or how short it is.
Well, how long it takes. Like you're voting on something now that you're going to order next year. And I guess the time between ordering and delivery isn't as bad, but just, yeah, I don't know.
It's a while.
All right. Sorry for the cough again. Lego Double Insiders Points is currently going on as well till the 20th of October. So if you haven't, if you've been holding off on getting stuff till Double Points kicks in, now might be a time. The current sales event, or the existing sales event, which was up to 40% off of some sets, is over now as well. So if you think Double Points are a better idea, then go for it. On a side note, Lego Disney Classic Animation Scene, which we'll show in a few minutes, which is a GWP, is going to run after that. Is expected to go after that. So after the 20th, that set will become available as a gift for purchase. And apparently, I had two articles here because it's now the insider points are active, and there is a gift of purchase currently, which is the Northern Lights set, which is probably some crazy high dollar value. Let's just see. I'm just going to the Canadian site to see what it is. Sales and deals. Actually, I could have just clicked there. That
Which I think somebody joked that only 15% of the parts actually are the sky.
Yeah, pretty much. So Canadian $195 to get this set. US, I'm assuming it's 130. Let's just check. US, it is 150. So that seems to be, I think that might, I don't know if the $150 price point, is that normal for American GWPs?
It's pretty common, yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Sometimes it's 150, sometimes it's 200, sometimes it's 180.
Yeah. Black Spot saying he's glad he didn't delay for the 2-time points when ordering, because he managed to get some Dark Blue helmets and air tanks. Yeah, that's a good thing for sure.
Hey, we should get whack. We should order our helmets and ship them to Wax Splat's house, and then ask him ship it for here.
Yeah, or we can just wait, because they will be still available. They'll just be out of stock for a while, then they'll come back. It would be really. What I'm worried about is that there's December stuff that's out of production in December, and if we miss out on some of that stuff, because there's still some parts I wanted, if we miss out on that stuff, that's going to annoy me more.
He's going to march on Billund. Oh wait, you were already there.
I'm going to go back and march on Billund. But anyways, Axel also says, I noticed the 2024 Space Torso with the white arms is now on Pab. Yeah, there was a new white arm one I noticed. Haven't seen the helmet or legs from that figure. And the Castle City set with the small spaceship on top. Oh, that's where that figure came from. Okay. And I have an image of the helmets that guy's wearing. Oh, hold on. I just realized I've completely covered Matt over. You know what? Let's move Matt up. This helmet is the one that the guy's wearing in that spaceship, which I absolutely love because it's got the Classic Space logo and the little green alien on it. So that's one of the new elements that's been added to the system as well. But yeah, it's good to know that that's where the white armed figure came from, because I didn't notice him in that list, and we'll look at that list shortly as well. Actually, that's that list right there, but we'll get there. And also, I was going to say that I'm going to jump into the PAB site for a quick second here, because following the Discord channel, there are search criteria you can use for you Europeans who have access to all of them. 2025 exit. If you type that into here to the bricks and pieces, for us, we are going to get in the bestseller parts. But if you type in 2025 exit in bricks and pieces, you will get a full list of all the parts that are still available, or that are going end of life at the end of the year. So I mean, for us, there are currently, at least in North America, 214 results, but it is a larger set for if you have access to the standard parts as well. And there was another code as well, and for the fall new parts, and I forget what that was. I can look it up quickly. You know what, let me just look it up here quickly. Because again, this is on the Discord channel for Bricks and Pieces. There is a new crap. There's a new channel, but I think it's hidden right now. Is it hidden? Oh, there you go. Announcements. There was a listing here. 25 exit on PAB items. There was another one that someone had said for fall. Okay, this is really exciting, I know, but I do want to provide the information. Search fall. Fall's back. I'm just trying to see if I can find it. Falling, fall. I'm pretty sure it was the code had fall in the name. And I did just read it not too long ago, but now I'm going back to August. Oh no, it is done by. Yeah, I don't know. I'll see if I can track it down, and if so, I'll try and remember it for next week. But anyways, okay. Totally different subject. Okay, so back to the news. So yeah, as mentioned, the Disney classic animation scene has been announced as well, which is a small little TV with 3 different inserts for different Disney scenes: the Lion King, Toy Story, and the classic Disney logo. This again will probably be on sale. Will probably be a gift for purchase after the 20th. The Disney Store already has available on their website as well with purchase of $130 or more. There's a code you can apply for gift at checkout for your free gift to appear in your bag. But you know, for those of you that are huge fans of Disney, this might be for you. It's kind of interesting. It's we've had Woody recently, I think, in one of the Disney train sets. I think there was a Disney train set, and I think Woody was in there. So I don't know if that's necessarily a new print or anything. Anyway, okay. I need to wet my whistle here. Hold on. I remember talking about this like a year or two ago.
Yep.
Right? You do too?
Yeah, I remember.
The MRI scanner. Yeah, February 22. So actually 3 years ago. The Lego MRI scanner was announced like back in February 22. So since 2023, when they went into production, more than 10,000 scanner sets have been donated to hospitals and health professionals around the world. And that's and then there's a huge gap, and that's the article. So this is a rare set. You can only get it, I guess, if you have it donated by Lego to your hospital. So
well, that's it. I'm getting it so I can get one.
Yeah, it's interesting though. He has like a white classic space helmet on. So let's actually read the whole. The foundation started an initiative to donate Lego MRI scanners to hospitals worldwide to help ease children's fears of using the machine. Today, Lego has announced that over 1 million children around the world have used the Lego MRI scanner set to reduce anxiety. Since 2023, more than 10,000 of the scanner sets have been donated to hospitals and health professionals around the world. So just basically a nice Lego way to show kids how an MRI scanner, what the MRI scanner is doing, and the process involved. And I think that's a great idea. But
yeah, don't tell them that it sucks your eyeballs out.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. Axle plate says, I think it's a woman. Oh, the figure with the white torso. Okay, I'm assuming. And Waxbot saying, when I go to PAB, I only see approximately 4,000 pieces at the moment. Waxbot, are you in North America? Because that could explain it. Because when I go to PAB, I see 1,400 results, so you're probably not in North America. And you might have a filter turned on as well. If there are any filters in this area, you might want to clear them out. But yeah, I don't know. I know Axel. I know you're in in Europe as well. So maybe do a quick check to see how many parts you see, just out of curiosity. All right, next piece of news article. The first set reveal was done literally the day after. Oh, the UK. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know what the actual bricks and pieces counts are for parts in each of the world regions, but be interesting to see if Axel can check too, just out of curiosity. Sorry, guys. I'm just taking this Halls for a quick second. Halls.
So when I saw this, and I'll talk so he can.
Yeah, thank you.
He can do his throw. When I saw the set come in, I was like, "Oh, look, another Batmobile!" I'm so not excited.
Not just one, but three new Batmobiles. So yeah, Lego on Thursday last week, Lego revealed four 2026 sets for DC Batman. This is called the new Legendary Batmobile Collection. So it's three Batmobiles that are not the best looking, but they're also based on the video game that's coming out in 2026 as well. So they're the vehicles that will be in the game. So I don't know if that's one of the reasons why they're designed the way they are. But yeah, in general, the community doesn't seem so interested in this. The first one being the Batman versus Superman Batmobile, which only comes with Batman, doesn't come with Superman. Again, the Batman sets, so that's fair. But yeah, we'll get to this one in a minute because, like usual, they put the picture at the top. Yeah, so 4,800 pieces in for Axel as well. So anyways, okay. So the first set that they announced was the Batman logo, which is probably the coolest of each of them, I would say. 76,330. Which I'm just gonna pull that up in Brickset as well because I want to do a close up of one of the pictures. And of course, I didn't prepare enough, obviously. We'll come back to that in a minute. So it's a Batman silhouette of the Batman logo, but there's a lot of different details within the silhouette of all like kind of of all the different Batman related things. Really? They only have one image? Quick set. You're making me sad. Oh no, images. Image. All right. Well, we can use this one. So yeah, when you zoom in on it, there's a little safe door in here where the golden figure is inside, from what I understand. But you got like Mr. Freeze, or you got a Batarang, Batman's gun here. You get Joker's gun with the flag in black. You get a Catwoman whip. Obviously, there's a lot of Batarangs around. Mr. Freeze's gun, I think, is in here somewhere. Maybe this is it here. So they put a lot of different Batman references within the actual build in the Greenland.
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs, yes, thank you. Yeah, it does seem soon for another Batman card for sure. Batman vehicle. DC made a new Batman comic, Absolute Batman. Sold really well, multiple copies over one issue. Sold over 500,000 copies. Wow, okay. I mean, Batman's obviously still popular.
I'm assuming that the Batmobile is kind of like an X-wing fighter. There's always new kids coming in that are getting interested in the intellectual property, and so those kids might not have a Batmobile.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's like the fire trucks and police cars for Lego for the city line as well. Every 5 years we get new ones.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, there is so many different Batman properties, and there's different versions of every single vehicle. Like the Batmobile is kind of iconic to each of the different properties, right? So, or each of the different versions of Batman. So yeah, the Batman logo comes with a golden Batman, as well as a regular Batman logo as well, and a printed 20 years of Batman's tile, celebrating the fact that Lego has been producing Batman sets for the last 20 years. And there's the golden figure. Again, kind of weird. Well, not necessarily weird, but I mean, it's obviously going to be collectible because it's a golden Batman. And then the tile as well. Next up is the Batman versus Superman Batmobile, $29 US. So it's like Speed Champion priced ish. And for a vehicle, I guess it's not too bad. It's just it doesn't. I don't know. It's not. It's close ish. to the Batman versus Superman vehicle, but it just doesn't look like it. I don't know. It doesn't interest me at all. I mean, it could be an interesting parts pack for some Dark Gray bits. What was that, Matt?
I said it's just kind of chunky too. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. And as mentioned, this is made for the Batman video game, which I can't read the name in here because it's too small. But if you buy the set, you'll get a digital code to unlock a gold variant of the Batmobile. Obviously, probably this set as well in the game, but there's a gold variant as well if you manage to buy the sets. I'm pretty sure those codes are going to be available online. I don't know that they'll be necessarily unique code, so you can probably just get the game and then enter in a code that someone shared as well. And this is the Ben Affleck Batman, complete with face with the bristled face.
Nipples? Where's the nipples?
No, Ben Affleck didn't have the nipples. That was,
okay, I get it.
Yeah. Next up is the Batman Batmobile from the Batman movie, which had not Christian Bale. What was his name?
Christian Slater?
No, Christian Slater. Wow. No, the latest Batman movies that falls in the same world as the Joker. The Joker movies. I can't think of his name. Or Robert Pattinson, the latest Batman.
Oh, the sparkly guy.
The sparkly guy. And I mean, this vehicle doesn't look too bad. It's also priced at $30 US. But I also think that it doesn't help that from what I remember in the movie, you didn't really see the Batmobile in daylight necessarily. It was mostly dark scenes that you saw it in. So, I mean, this one is the best out of them. Yeah, Robert Pattinson. Thank you. So yeah, I mean, another set, the same thing. You get a golden version in the game with the in-game code. And the last one that's available, that's coming out, and here's a Robert Pattinson Batman. But yeah, he's not sparkling, so I don't know what's going on with that.
I know. It's not accurate.
It's not Robert Pattinson accurate, yeah. And last but not least is the Batman and Robin Batmobile, which is the one I'm the least familiar with, but I guess this is from the Batman and Robin movie from, no, not Val Kilmer. It's, who was the other Batman during that time? Jeez.
I don't know.
George Clooney.
George Clooney.
Yeah. And this will be the Robin that was, the Batman Robin movie Robin. I can't think of that actor's name either, but he's not included in this either.
Chris
something.
Chris
McDonald. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for knowing the names of the people that I can't remember.
It's a miracle.
This one, I mean, I don't remember this Batmobile that well from that movie, I have to say. And when I saw this, I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, is this a comic book version of a Batmobile? But I didn't realize it was actually from the movie.
It almost looks, with the exaggerated fenders, it almost looks like a cartoon style version.
Yeah. Clooney had the nipples. Thank you. Yes.
Yes, he did.
And that's the best. And The Truth Hurts Good is also saying that's the best Batmobile. And again, like, to me, maybe it's because I didn't watch that movie that much because it wasn't the greatest of Batman movies. Although I know my kid watched it a lot when he was younger. I just never wanted to be in the room at that time, I guess. I don't know.
Well, kids don't always have the best taste.
Yeah, and this was the one. Yeah, this is the one with Arnold as Mr. Freeze, and Alicia Silverstone was Batgirl. I remember that part about the movie, but that's a totally different story.
I bet
yeah. So yeah, and this one's also in the $30 range as well. Yes, it is. So I mean, there's three. These are cheap sets considering. And the printing on this Batman's pretty cool too, because he's got side printing on his helmet. What were you about to say, Matt?
The flare on the helmet's kind of a nice touch.
Yeah. So, all right. Next up, we had the kind of weirdly the set that was announced, which is the Tropical Aquarium, which is an icon set, and it's released November 13th, which is the early Black Friday shopping event when it's coming out. So that's got 4,154 pieces, and we retail for $479.99 US. which is insane. That's like almost the price of half a Death Star or so.
Yeah.
What would be half a slice?
Yeah, I'm not buying
No,
it.
no, for sure not. 10366. Let's just see how much that one is for Canadian.
Too much.
Yeah, pretty much. $600 Canadian, $599.99 for 4,154 pieces.
You should buy two at that price.
Yeah, the glossy, overpriced fish tank for sure.
I mean, so I like when I go to Lego conventions. One of the things that I actually have really enjoyed over the last couple of years is seeing people who have built coral reef sets and have the fish and there's a lot of creativity in some of these designers.
Yep.
It's made me want to try my hand at maybe doing a coral reef at some point.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
And so there's obviously talent and people have done cool stuff with the concept. But when I look at that fish tank set, I see a set that I think I could build one just as good as that one.
Yeah.
So I'm not driven to go buy it, put it that way.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely not the. It doesn't interest me at all. I'll be honest. But I could see people that like aquariums maybe would buy it, but at this price, it's just kind of crazy. And yeah, at that price, you'd just rather buy a fish tank for a living fish for that money, unless you have an issue with killing fish by mistake. Yeah, so expensive.
I think you're not supposed to kill the fish in your tank, though.
No, you're not. That's what I'm saying. Unless you accidentally just have the habit of not feeding your fish or something. Yeah. I look at Waxman saying he likes the look of it, but would have to be significantly cheaper to be appealing. Yeah. I think there's some movement in it as well. There are some features that seem to move. There's definitely some interesting parts in it. So, I mean, I think this is the Spider-Man web type stuff that they've turned into yellow coral. There's like transclear leaf pieces as well.
Tips and Bricks on Instagram broke down some of the new parts, and there's some parts I want in the set, but I'm not going to drop $500 just to get those parts.
Yeah, I agree. I'll have to see if I can quickly find that. But there is a new fin piece, like the piece they're using from the fin at the back. I'm just going to find a better picture of it. Is a new part as well. Just trying to get a close-up of the fish. Yeah, so here we go. Let's just zoom in on this. So the fish have like these fin parts. I think there's one variant, although I kind of feel that there's more than one.
The tips and Bricks was showing that the curve of that fin matches the curve of the bow piece.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly try and find it here. So give me a second here.
So if you end up if you want to lay the bow on one of the bow, if you want to lay the fin on one of the bow bricks, they are compatible in system. I had to work in the word system,
Yes, thank you for that. Okay, I found the article. Let's bring that over here. So yeah, the new fin element. And I'm about a week behind on YouTube videos because I was on vacation for 2 weeks and then came back with no internet for a week. So, yeah, so there's just trying to see here the different features they're talking about: fish, seaweed, enema, things that spin, treasure chests. Okay. They talked about the designers. So, okay, creative part usage using these new leaves and trans green. Is that the transparent green? The cap from the I forget what that called, that cap. It's got a special name and I forget what it was called. But
I'm excited about the trans green leaves coming out. I think that's going to be a nice, if you do botanical stuff, I think that's going to be a must have part.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no plants there's no non-water based plants that are transparent, that have transparent leaves.
I mean, if you work it into like a jungle scene, it's still going to be green enough.
Yeah.
It could even look like the light is coming through the foliage, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a new element on the for the fish fin, as we mentioned, and yeah, here's here's the curvature showing, as Matt was saying. There is also another fin piece that's curved sideways as well. So as I mentioned, I think there were two, and wax or Axleplate's saying that one was as well. The red one's fin is different. So we'll see if they've covered that as well. The background is kind of weird to me with all the with just the different patterns of blue in the tiles. So, but place the model in a different scenario, you quickly lose the silhouette of the model. Oh, so they basically put the background in there just so that you can't see the back, what's behind your model, right?
Correct.
So I guess that makes sense. Why medium azure? Just because. Why have functions? Favorite set details. Why so big? Okay, yeah. So this doesn't talk about that red fin. Let's just see if I can find where's the Brickset article that I had here. The red fish. Yeah. So as this isn't showing it well either. One of the pictures I saw just those ones are straight. I saw there was a picture of the fish. Let's go back to the original article here. Because when I was looking at the pictures, it looked like these are the exact same pictures too. Like these ones look like they're curved upward, but I also saw there was one that had a curve sideways. And I don't know why I can't find that. Let me look at the. Sorry. I'm fixating on this now because I know I saw something that had a different curve on it.
Let it go, Jeff. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. No, I will not. Okay, let's go to the big one here. Okay. And I feel that I saw it on one of the lower fish here. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to let it go because.
Okay, random question, but do you use this brick very often? So it's the brick that's kind of at an angle for your castle building. Do you use that?
Right, yeah. All my buildings are at 45-degree angles along the pathways. So yeah, I have those just kind of give it a point to line up against. But I don't use it for a lot of other things.
I never use them, and so I have a bunch, but it's like.
I mean, they do have uses. So having them in your collection is a good thing, I would say.
Someday.
Yeah.
When I go through my castle phase.
Yeah, exactly. Images. All right, I'm going to obviously let this go, even though I'm not. I remember seeing one that had a weird twist on it.
He's going to be laying in bed tonight, and he's going to be paging through in his mind looking for that.
Yeah, Axel's saying the top redfish. The fin on the red one is different. The top redfish. So I'm guessing this fin right here. Oh, shoot. Really? Anyway. This fin is different. It's either that or I was dreaming it, but yeah, anyway. Well, let's look in this picture again.
One of these fins
from here. From here, this fin looks the exact same as these other ones. So unless it's the trans clear fins on the bottom, but anyway. All right, let's move on. I'm not moving on, but let's move on. Okay, next up. So that set that costs 600 Canadian. We'll have a gift for purchase, which is a Lego fish tank filter and fish food. Which is just like okay. It will be available November 13th to the 19th while supplies last. 177-piece build will be available only by buying the tropical aquarium. The set also accompanies the yet to be revealed Lego Icon fish tank, which was revealed. So this article is in order. Oh, sorry, hold on. The set also accompanies the yet to be revealed Lego Icons fish tank, which is a smaller set at the looks of it, which is reported to be an insider reward item that costs 2,500 points. So it's literally, it is exactly what they say it is. It's a fish filter that you put on the outside of you can kind of clip on the edge of the tank. And it has a little fish inside of it, and it's got a little container with a fish food sticker on it. It's a 4x4 tile, I'm guessing. Maybe it was stickered. I don't know. But this is like a horrible gift for purchase.
Yes.
Better gift for purchase would have been, basically, I would say, would have been a couple other fish that you can put into the tank.
Yes.
Or something like that, right? Like kind of like the Death Star having the X-Wing that you can add in. Why not have something like you can add a few more fish into your tank?
Or it could be like a very colorful fish that you'd really want in your fish tank, right?
Well,
Make
that
it
would
very
make sense.
attractive. But this is just kind of like,
Agreed. Yeah.
Because
100%.
I hate to break it to everyone, but they're not really fish.
But at least they'll live longer.
They don't need the filter to stay.
But they'll live longer. But yeah, you're right. It's weird in my head. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Sorry, I am still sitting on this, and I know I shouldn't be, but it's
You're gonna need a therapy session after this.
Yeah, I just need to find a therapist, I guess. I'm just going back to our Canadian Brick Builder chat because I remember taking photos of the part.
And then I had this reoccurring dream that there was this picture of Lego and I couldn't find it, and it kept me awake all night.
It did. It did. Anyways, okay, so here's the. Is that the only way to zoom in? It is. I don't know. I guess I was dreaming because I don't see a curve. I thought there was a curve physically on this going this way. But okay, let's look at that. So this one has a clip here, and it's straight. It's like an angle. It's straight on one edge and has an angle. But this isn't an inverted curve like that other piece that we saw. So it is kind of, anyways, okay. It's a different angle, I guess. No. I'm not going to win this battle with myself. Okay.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
I know.
You can, if you find it in between now and next show, you can be like, I was right. Here it is.
Well, New Elementary hasn't done their review on it yet, so maybe there is a second piece. That's funny. The picture that popped up next was the helicopter sightings, which we still have to talk to. It's an hour and a half. Okay. Let's just quickly finish off the news. We talked about that. We talked about the aquarium. We talked about the fish filter. Okay, last but not least was the Speed Champion time machine from Back to the Future. Because we can't just say the DeLorean. Or Back to the Future DeLorean. So this is where I was getting with the long-winded names. Obviously, Lego is doing that for weird reasons. I don't know. But this is a new set that will be released January 1st. It is Speed Champions, so that we now have 2 Speed Champions sets that are movie based, because we have Lightning McQueen, Speed McQueen, Lightning McQueen? Yeah, Lightning McQueen from Cars, and we now have the Back to the Future car. Released on January 1st for $27.99 US, $34.99 Canadian, which is the regular price that they've been for a while. The set continues in the line of movie cards, brings back the minifigure scale version of the DeLorean, which can be displayed as a regular car or a flying version from the Back to the Future 2. Of course, you also have the interior details like the time circuit, flux capacitor, as well as Mr. Fusion on the back. The set also comes with a minifigure of Marty McFly and Dr. Emmett Brown. If you've missed the Lego Cuso DeLorean from years ago, from 2013, now's your chance to pick up an updated version of the vehicle. Marty has a vest on, has the puffer vest on, which I think is absolutely amazing. I think that piece has been around for a little while.
Okay.
But it totally makes sense for this. And the DeLorean is absolutely awesome. And it has some new parts as well, which we'll talk about when we get to the next article. It's got at least 2 new parts, and yeah, I think 2 new parts is all it has. And these ones I'm sure of because I've seen the pictures. But yeah, so I'm going to definitely buy this because A, Speed Champions, B, Back to the Future, C, really good looking version of the DeLorean. It does have the DeLorean print logo. It looks like it's a sticker on the back. So, Matt, are you a Back to the Future fan? Is this something you'd get?
I am getting 80s nostalgia fatigue. I'm like, I already had this set, did not build it, and sold mine on Bricklink. So no, I'm not buying it again.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm glad that other people love it. It's not for me. So
Yeah. Axel Plate makes a funny or made a funny comment. We talk about the aquarium or the fish tank. I think supplies will last. Yes, agreed. And giant octopus. Oops, sorry, that changed on me just as I was clicking it. Giant octopus for the fish tank as a gift for purchase would have been awesome. And yeah, the 2x2 curve tile that's being used in the Back to the Future DeLorean does look like a different mold. I did see that as well in the Discord channel. And where is the banana peel for the fuel? Good point. I don't know if they'll have one in here, but that would be fun to go into the flux capacitor or to go into the Mr. Fusion on the back of the flux capacitor. Don't stick a banana peel in the flux capacitor. That probably will not be a good choice. All right. Going to the new elementary article, also for the time machine, there are 2 new pieces, which are very awesome. Other than the printed pieces that they're showing here, there is going to be 2 new cheese slopes. One of them is a 1x3 cheese slope. It's going to be available in black and light gray. There's a light gray one on the back. And there's also a 1x4 cheese slope, also in light gray and black, or light gray and dark gray in this set.
Interesting.
And yeah, here's the mention of the curve piece, which is slightly different than the previous versions as well. But yeah, the 1x4 dark gray slope is on the back here. So I am super happy that we're getting new cheese slopes because we have, I'd say they're nice to have. The 1x3 for sure. 1x4 obviously would be great as well, just because they're not as, it makes it, when it's all 1x1 cheese slopes or 1x2 cheese slopes, it just doesn't look as nice as you would get with a 1x4. Too many lines. So yeah, the existing version of the curve slope here from 2017. And the new one is it has a different shape. They don't have a picture of it yet because the set hasn't been released yet. So yeah, that's about it for this one, I think. Pricing, yeah, $34.99 Canadian, and American pricing all the way at the bottom, $27.99. So I thought that was an interesting reveal of new parts. Yeah, exactly. Gray slopes as well. So castle people are cheering. Yes. All right, and the last article we had from New Elementary was the Bricks and Pieces elements that are added in October. This is the day after. I don't think we actually talked about these in our last chat. I think I remember saying, "Hey, I haven't seen that list yet," and here it is. But yeah, there are some interesting ones: the blue helmets and dark blue helmets and air tanks. There is the pigeon as well. As mentioned, those ones have sold out. And a few other parts. There's the red classic space 2x4 tile and the face from the buildable Space Baby. That was a gift for purchase. So now you can basically build your own. You don't need the set, or build 100 of them if you really want to. Don't know that we'll go through the whole list, but let's just have a quick. Oh, that's the whole article. View the pieces on Pick a Brick in Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. Yeah, so let's not go into that thing, but yeah, there are some interesting, cool parts. And as mentioned, there was the white torso with the white classic space or white space torso with the white arms as well. That I noticed. So, and also, I think they said the next wave of sets, which will include the Gumball machine, will be done after Christmas. It'll be 2026 that those parts will come out. So that kind of sucks. But at the same time, if we don't have Bricks and Pieces here in North America, then maybe it doesn't suck for us. But anyway. All right. That's it for that one. That's the aquarium. All right. Let's just quickly talk about my trip to Billund if you want. Are you good with that, Matt?
Sure.
All right. So yeah, hopefully the last chat time we talk about going to sorry. I'm scatterbrained here. The last time we talked about my trip is what I'm trying to say. No, actually, nothing's been added to Pick a Brick North America because everything for us would be being shipped from Denmark, and because of certain people that live in other countries, not because of Matt, but because of the American policies lately, they've suspended shipments from Denmark to North America in general. So,
because the one thing that's going to bring Trump to heel is if the Lego doesn't get delivered, because that's going to really change things.
that's gonna cause people to vote, not vote for Trump in the future, for sure.
For me, it's working for me.
Yeah. All right. So we spent 3 days in Billund, the 25th to the 27th ish. It's not quite right. I think it was 25th to the 28th, but we arrived in Billund on the Thursday, and while the Lego house had people in it, there was still part of the fan media days. So we weren't allowed to go in. It was closed off. The store was not open to us at that time because they actually had a few deals. The gumball machine was on sale.
What?
On fan media days, but I mean the Danish pricing, because the VAT's built in, it basically didn't really save us money necessarily. Okay. So
you didn't really miss out on anything.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, I wouldn't have bought it anyhow, just because I was trying to watch the size of the stuff I was buying. It turned out we had enough room in the suitcases. I probably could have bought something like that, but it wasn't on sale when I went in the next day. But yeah, we arrived in Billund in the early afternoon, got into our hotel, and then pretty much went outside and walked through the city. I was showing the last week on the maps how there's like a lot of different pathways and stuff. And basically walked over to the Lego house. So this was me basically walking up to the Lego house for the first time. There was probably pictures of it in the distance as well, which will probably be in here also. But just kind of walking around and around the outside of it and seeing the pathways and the bricks as well displayed, which I didn't. It wasn't until the last day we were there that I actually walked up and put my hand on one of these bricks type thing, because it just seemed like something to do. The way the Lego house works is it's during regular hours and into the early evening, you can go all the way up the Lego house to the roof. In this top corner of the picture here, you can see there's a staircase going up. When the Lego house is not open, or it's later in the day, they actually have roller doors that come down and block these staircases. So you can walk up at least on the first section, but you can't go all the way to the top. When you do get to the top, you're basically above you're above everything in Billund. And on the top is a 2x4 brick, which has Lego logos on it. This shines inside into the building, into the master model gallery that they have, so on the highest level. But it just gives you a beautiful view of the city. And then every tier of the Lego house, as you're walking around on the roof, you can see through all the skylights and stuff. So this is an image of the big tree of creation that's in the main lobby. So a top view of that. I zoomed in a bit just because I could. And the tree is still being built. Is the theory there? Me being chubby on one of the Lego bricks, but I don't mind because it was a picture of the of the.
You're supposed to use AI to make yourself more slender. I think that's what people do these days.
Oh, is that what they do? Well, that's not what I will do. So, and standing in front of the bricks as well. And Lego Master Academy had just been opened up. We didn't do it at all, but I think you have to pay ahead. You have to pay $200 or something like that, 200 euro or something like that to do it. But you get about 150 euro worth of parts out of it, so it would be worth it. When we went in, so we actually got access into the Lego museum, the Lego house, the day after fan media days. So they have a room in the Lego store, in the store inside the museum, inside the Lego house. That is their Build-A-Figure room, and it's probably like an 8-foot by 8-foot room that has bins on the wall, and you've got stuff there. And they had some extra tables set up, and one of the items that was on the table was a huge box of Castle torsos.
Nice.
So I have a lot of these torsos. We had already bought a few Castle like civilian torsos while we were in Germany and stuff, and at some of the other stores. So we did end up grabbing some torsos out of here. And in the Lego store, they said as long as you pick 15 pieces, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to build 3 figures. 15 pieces per box, you're good. So I went kind of crazy with that and I think we bought 3 boxes, which wasn't huge considering, but of parts. So we got into the Lego house. It's open. The Lego house doesn't. You can't get into the actual museum part until 10. At least on the day we were there. But the Lego store was open at 9:30. So we met up with Kai. Hi Kai. Somewhere in here, there's probably a picture of Kai. We met up with Kai that morning from Germany, and we met up about 8:30 or 9:30ish or so outside, and then we ended up going inside and looking around the store and stuff, where they have all the exclusive sets as well. Also met Dave. Is that Dave?
Yes.
I think it's Dave. Yes, Dave.
The sexy Canadian. I remember.
The sexy Canadian. Yeah. So this is my first time meeting him. I walked up to him. He was talking to someone else, to a couple of other people, because there were some people from Ottawa as well there.
Okay.
And I walked up to him, and Dave Goodies, starts with a G. I forget his last name. Anyways, and I said, "Hi, Dave. You don't know me. I watch Lego Masters, obviously, so I know who you are." And I was like, from Ontario, from Toronto type thing, Toronto area, and it's like we knew, like we know people in common and stuff, and like Nick Del Mora was there, Brick and Nick was there as well. Not at this point, but we knew enough people together, like commonality, common. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We knew enough people. We were in the same group of people, of friends type thing. We just had never met.
2 degrees of separation or something.
Yeah, that type of thing. Yeah. So
I mean,
so yeah,
everybody in Canada knows everybody else, right?
pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. 2 degrees. That sounds about right for Canada. But yeah, so he was walking through the museum throughout the day, and every time we were in the same room together, he'd come over and chat and stuff, and we'd point out things to each other. Like he had, in one of there's a part of the Lego house has like the big mini land builds type thing, like a big mini land, and he had pointed out there's an Islander section from the Islanders theme from the 90s,
Yep.
and in the Islander section there are three Islander figures that have white hair, which was never a production part, but Lego had created it years ago, and so they used those in there and stuff. And I showed him about the skier, which we'll talk about shortly, and he had never seen that, so it was kind of funny how that worked out. But but yeah, so it was kind of cool meeting up with him. And such, and this is Kai here as well. Kai wanted to get a picture as well. So there's a Lego Batman here. I took a picture for my kid because Lego Batman. This is before. No, this is as we were actually already into the museum, I think. Yeah, looks like we were already into the museum. So the very first station is the 6 bricks, which you. Sorry, try not to make a lot of noise. You get like a little paper bag with 6 bricks in it. These 6 bricks can be combined in 915 million ways, give or take. And there's a whole little thing here, like there's a whole little display talking about the ways that can be combined. And if I can find it, I don't know if it's still here. You get when you do it, you have a wristband and you scan that, and after you scan your wristband, they determine what combination you are, and I can't find my card right now. So it gives you a unique combination of the bricks, and it's like you're this combination type thing. So it was kind of a fun little endeavor.
I really hope there was like a wall with all 900 million combinations so you could find yours.
No, there was not. And then basically as you walk into that area of the museum, like it starts with a staircase going all the way up to the top. So you go all the way up to the top first. And as you're going up the staircase, you're going around the big tree of creation, which is basically a massive tree, like I'm zooming in as far as I can see. And like that's a 2x6 brick on this leaf. And as you zoom out, you can kind of see the scale of the tree. At the bottom of the tree, it's not like brick built pieces. It's just a whole bunch of foliage pieces dumped in this area. Which I mean, I did see kids that were reaching over and touching the parts and stuff. So, and as you climb up the staircase, it's like I think 2 full loops around. You get access to each of the leaves, each of the branches, and on top of the branches, there's little scenes. So the first one was a bunch of monkeys having a little Danish party. And there's like a Ninjago display, Ninjago for those of you who don't speak right. And I think this is Exoforce, there's an Exoforce robot in there. But yeah, like basically different themes or different scenes from different themes. There was a castle area as well with a yellow castle. And this, I have another picture of this later on because it's got like a dragon landing strip on it, which is kind of funny. And it's basically got some of the castle sets, but then there's also some additional items as well that are kind of put in as extra little flourishes. Like this guy here, I'm not sure exactly what that is, but I just noticed there's a big brick character here. The ninjas are attacking. There's like friend zone, different types of friends themes as well. Pirates also, space. There's like the classic space area with also the Apollo landers and stuff.
What was your favorite area?
All of it.
No, you have to pick just one.
Okay, all of it.
Favorite.
All of it. Actually, I would say the top. The top of this was fun, just because it's it's still being built, the tree, and they have little tiny scenes kind of hidden in each of these layers. And I think the next picture shows one. Nope. I'm pretty sure I took a picture. Maybe that's later on. Right here. I was waiting for the color. There's a little red dot here. You can barely see on the screen, but that's a wheelbarrow, a red wheelbarrow with a guy taking a nap in it. I thought it was absolutely just adorable, right? He's like kind of hidden off to the side. But anyways. All right. Then we got up. So you get up to the main level, which is the master gallery, where a bunch of the AFOLs are asked to display their stuff, their some of their best work. So I mean, there was this skier here, which is like all brick built, but just like the look of it, it was like, wow, that truly looks like a guy skiing down the hill.
Yeah.
And it's Franz Kalmer, who's a famous skier from, I want to say, I can't remember, Switzerland or Germany, I can't remember. I mean, there was some interesting castle designs here as well. And people from around the world. This was an American, Kimberly Giffen. And as I'm looking at this now, I'm like, you know what? I think I might have seen this at Brickworld one year. Maybe not. I don't know. But there was an Oriental kind of display as well. So yeah, it's kind of cool because it's just like people from around the world. There was a Canadian in here somewhere as well that had built stuff.
So when I was an ambassador one year, we were invited to nominate people to be considered for the gallery, which was really cool.
I was wondering how that would work. Okay, yeah. Interesting. This one I really loved because it was like brick bending. It reminded me of Moto, but like this person had used all the leaf pieces to make different balls and different shapes. Yeah, it was just beautiful, like the different layers of color in here.
That is
and in the center of this area, for the record, these are the Lego bricks, the studs from the roof that I was sitting on earlier in the previous day. But in the center of this room are the three dinosaurs, the Duplo dinosaur, which is literally built out of Duplo flowers and bricks and stuff, and his tail is all animals on it. Then there was the system dinosaur as well. And all three of these dinosaurs, for the record, are standing on a brick. So, I mean, he's got a brick under his foot. And he's got a brick under his foot, although you can't see it. And the Technic one has a brick under their foot, too. So, and yeah, I didn't take a picture of the Technic one, apparently. This is just a Chinese artist who had done a self-portrait and like a picture of his shoes and stuff, but just like the way I didn't get close enough shot, but just the way they use different colors to represent the shine on their glasses and stuff, it was just absolutely gorgeous. There was a dress made out of interesting parts as well, leaf parts.
Wow.
Yeah, there was, like I said, and it's cool to see because this is kind of the best of the best that you would see, and every year this gets changed out. So these we were actually the first public people to see these. Because
I
they
had
were changed
seen
it a few days before.
while you were over there, some of the artists were standing next to
Yep.
the creation as
Yep.
it was being debuted. So
Yep.
you were there right at the time.
And a few of those, I think a few of those creators were back on that day as well. This one caught my eye because it's got a bunch of like Tyrannosaurus type birds on it. But this is a weird piece that I had never seen before. It's one piece with this thing down the back, and I took a close up picture of it later because I was trying to figure out what that piece was, and it was from some weird theme. I can't even remember the name of the theme. It was like a theme that was very limited in sets. It was based on a cartoon series, Ben 10 or something like that.
Yeah, I remember the name of it.
Yeah, so and it was just like a part I'd never seen before, and it's like, well, that makes a perfect wing. So, and then there's some like some builds that were bionicle as well, which is awesome to see. Oh yeah, here's that leaf piece here, or that wing piece here. So it was weird to me because it had like a little flash on it as well, and it's like, well, what the heck is that? Like I started thinking something from the DC universe, like Flash, but that didn't make sense. This one was kind of cool too. Sheep being sheared.
Oh,
but the background is a picture that's like tiled and built, so it gives it more of a depth of a larger barn. So it's again just amazing works that I'd never seen before. There's our Duplo, or there's our city dinosaur or a Technic dinosaur, which is also pretty cool. And then just again, I'm going to kind of scroll through these quickly. This was this actually no, I can't scroll through this one. This is a Mexican artist. I'm just waiting for the picture to come in a little clearer. Which, when from far away, it doesn't look. It looks very one-dimensional, but as you get closer, it's hard to tell. But there's parts that are sticking out a lot, like in a three-dimensional aspect. This was probably the one you saw a lot of, Matt.
I did see that one. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Same, and this is by the same artist. And again, very three-dimensional. I don't think I actually got a shot of it sideways. Oh yeah, I did. So here you go.
Wow.
You can see that there's a lot of stuff sticking out. Like there's guitar sticking out of this one, a brick-built guitar. This one isn't as easy to see the dimensionality because
I've seen that technique done to create like a map of Manhattan, and I've seen it to spell out words where from straight on it just looks like it's letters, but when you look at it from the side, it has all this vertical dimension.
Yeah. There's a dollhouse as well by one artist. Actually, was this the Canadian one? No, this is an American artist as well. I know there was a Canadian one. I just don't remember what the model was. Some lizard. Oh, this I'd seen this prior somewhere. Like I'd seen pictures of these. I think we were talking about a while ago. A mechanical whale.
Okay.
This was like an ideas entry or something at one point. And here's Godzilla as well, which maybe this is the artist who actually created those ones. I don't know if I got his name here. Yeah, I can't. It's not clear enough to see. Anyways, okay, I would need to probably scroll through this a little quicker.
This is the best part.
Well, this is true. Some other animals, like a tiger. Just absolutely gorgeous models.
Yeah.
The Technic dinosaur, again, standing on a brick. It's kind of fun. Okay, so then you have a choice. You can go the one side or the other side, two different staircases down. And at that point, you can loop around that next level, so it doesn't matter which way you chose. We chose to go down into the mini land area, which is right off that balcony. As you come down, you're coming down the side of a mountain with a huge castle on the top, and just so much detail. So many brick-built trees and stuff that are all plate-built.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. From far enough away, it looks like it's actual, leaf pieces and stuff. But as you get closer, it's like, wow, no, those are actually
built.
Yeah, built. So another angle. And so the light changes in this room. They have a daylight mode and a nighttime mode. This was like dusk. So a lot of the pictures are going to look a little more yellow than others. And that was just the lighting at that time.
So does it transition pretty quickly?
Every 10 minutes or so, it goes into the night mode. So yeah. So I mean, like even looking at this picture and then looking at the next picture, like this is so much brighter and whiter light, and that's basically just I turned to the corner and took another picture of these trees, right? Like, but yeah, it's just there's so many different little details in here too. Like you literally have to come here to see all the details, and there's a nice train bridge as well, and some chasms and stuff. There's a ski hill up here as well. Which I have another shot of shortly. I mean, all these pictures you basically have to zoom into just to see. Yeah, so like there's a ski hill here. So this is where I was saying the skier that I showed David. There's a ski jump here with a little skier coming off of it, and then if you turn around, and I don't know if that's my next shot or not, but it isn't. But if you turn around, you see another scene on another one of the displays, and we'll get there in a minute. Because there's like a whole cave system here. Oh, this is where I start to take pictures of helicopters for Sincere, who's not here to enjoy it. This is kind of like a dinosaur area. In the background, so underneath the staircase that you're coming down, they have a little crop field out here with another helicopter, but more importantly, a Blacktron symbol in the cornfield, which I thought was absolutely awesome.
Because that's the alien, leaving the symbol on the crops, the crop circles. Exactly. It's a crop diamond.
Yeah, there you go. And I mean, just even seeing Lego is using the same grain technique that we've all used over the years as well, right? The antenna with the little 1x1 or the little Technic axle on it. So yeah, here's that ski hill. So this is nighttime mode.
And then nice.
Yeah, and when you turn around, oh, sorry, the Seven Dwarfs are here as well on a little river. So they have like, and a skunk. They have different themes all laid in, and then there's an underground. So there's a power miners section under here as well. And I think it's using both power miners and the older guys as well, the older series. I can't remember what it's called right now. So yeah, when you turn around from that ski hill and you go to the next scene, which is a beach in the middle of the sand, there's a skier who's planted into the sand. So he's landed in the sand. And when you look around, when you look at the line of the ski hill, it lines up exactly in an arc into the beach. So I thought it was absolutely hilarious. I had seen someone point that out years ago in the video, and it's like, okay, now I see that, I'm happy. And throughout the museum, so I was saying on the top floor was all the master model builders, but all the way through the museum, there are more people that have built models and have had them submitted here. So it looks like there's some kind of contest that they have throughout the year. So the secret life of, and then you filled in the next word and built something. So the secret life of raccoons.
Oh.
So these are like contests that they have throughout the year. And there's a whole thing, should your build be exhibited here? There's some information to scan the QR code to figure out how to enter the next competition. So these are like competition winners. They're not necessarily voted on by the AFOLs. These are just people who have.
What did you just call us?
The AFOLs.
Oh, okay.
Secret Life of a Brick Separator. So this one I thought was cute because the brick separator is having a beach day.
Nice.
So I don't know how many of these I got. Oh, Secret Life of a Battery by a guy in Sweden. So it's like inside the battery and all the electrons are working out.
That's fun.
Anyway. And then just within the Lego town, there's just many different scenes. Apparently, as I find the Batman, there's 6 Batmans hidden out throughout this city. And if you find the Batman, then you talk to one of the Lego employees that's walking around, or the Lego House employees that's walking around. And I don't know if you get something, or I don't think you get you get something, but they give you I don't know. Something happens when you find them all with the Lego House employees. I wasn't really hearing what it was. It was just I heard someone else say it while we were there. So, oh yeah, there was a sports field, a soccer field going on, and it was aliens versus classic space guys. So, and there was a battle going on, or a match going on. So I took a picture of that because I thought it was kind of cute. And Benny's the goalie. So I mean, they just put fun things in. There's a train station as well. obviously because they can, and everything's nicely lit as well. There were cargo containers. There was a cargo ship, and on the cargo container was a container of droids.
Nice.
I thought, okay, that's awesome. There's the bigger view of the cargo container as well. Another view of the city. More helicopters for Mr. Sincere. The same helicopter at nighttime.
Actually, he's really missing out by not being.
Yes. Well, he's already seen a lot of these. Oh, I found one of the Batmans, so I took a picture of him just to prove the point that there are Batman there. And this was just kind of different plants here. They have some like grape vines. I'm waiting for the picture to hopefully get a little better quality. Doesn't look like it's going to. It looks like the focus was on this tree. But they have grapevines back here as well, and cherry trees and stuff. So it's just like trying to get some ideas for future builds. They had a little windmill. They had a little Dutch scene here with a windmill, and the windmill was spinning. That's just the quality of video. I think it was not that choppy. Oh, this is just a very short video. And then I went back up the stairs to take a picture of the castle from above. Just because the stained glass windows are a technique we've seen in the community before. Yeah. But it was nice to see Lego doing it as well. These are the turntable pieces with just transparent pieces behind it. Obviously, with the turntable part actually removed. Yeah, and there's another sign, another couple of builds here as well for castle stuff that I saw. That was kind of cute. A space mushroom type display. They had a pool full of yellow brick where kids could just build whatever they wanted to, and I thought that's going to make a great screensaver, so I grabbed it. I haven't actually made it into a screensaver yet, or a screen background yet, but and yes, Truth Hurts is also the Zelda TriStar, but you know we don't. Yeah, I don't recognize that as a Zelda TriStar. To me, it's the Black John logo. Kai and I standing together 2 times during that day. I had people come up to me and say, "Where'd you get that shirt?" And I was like, T Public, it's an American company.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're everywhere, but for one person, I had to kind of spell it out, TE, because they were like, well, Danish probably. I think we saw this owl in a recent review of stuff at some point in the past year for Canadian Brick Builders. So
I don't remember seeing it, to be honest.
It looked familiar to me, so
okay.
I might be wrong. And this deer was just awesome as well. Fawn in the flora.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I took so many pictures. Oh, so here's the castle from the top of the tree as well. And I took a little video so you can see that they had lighting to make the fire pits all glowing.
Flickers.
For the landing strip. And then you get down to the basement. So as you're going down the different levels, there's a bunch of different activity stations. A lot of it's geared towards kids. But when you get down to the basement, it's the vault, not the real vault, but the vault. And when you first walk in, there's a glass floor with where you can see the bricks kind of below it. And in here they have some of the molds to kind of show that like they put the molds into foundations of all their buildings and stuff to get rid to protect them. But also in here there was a little groundhog coming up out of the ground, which I thought was really cute that they did that. And this level is lined with like glass panels, like they've got a glass floor along the edges with like little troughs, and all the way through the troughs are like gray brick. And I was like, oh my god, the amount of gray brick they've just left here.
Yep.
The deer is sleeping like my cat is sleeping now. That's awesome. And then as you walk into that room, you get the classic Lego logo that's built not out of minifigures. This was just built out of different parts, and I did a little video, just again chunky because we're streaming. But as you zoom in, it's just all the different little bits and pieces that they've used to build it. So it's kind of cool. I'll let it go one more time just so it's a little cleaner going in. Anyways, next up there was so then you walk in. There's in the center of the room, like there's basically a museum or kind of like the history Lego around the outside, and then you get into a central room which has a few stations, which we'll talk about in a minute, like a computer station type thing or screens. But they also have this train display which was just showing like many different generations of trains on these little pie-shaped pieces. So you could kind of, it's like, oh, hey, I've got that one, I've got that one, I want that one, you know, that type of stuff. Which is just kind of cool. Just waiting for the arrow to come back. All right, then they had this, like I said, they had these screens. And this was one of the screens where you could basically go through every set for every year. And you scan your bracelet. This is a bracelet scanning type thing. And you can pull out the set and you can rotate it with your hand and everything. You can add it to your treasure chest. And at the end of, like, once you get home, you can use that band for, I think, 30 days and pull up the history. So basically every set, I said, oh, I had that set and added to my treasure chest. It would basically, it created basically a history of all my sets I owned for that period of time. So it was kind of an interesting interactive tool. And you could go through many years, like go back to the beginning of Lego's history. There was the first helicopter that I had, 6685. I took that one basically just for Mr. Sincere, but anyway. All the different train sets. It was nostalgia. That was one of my first castle sets as well. So it was kind of an interesting thing. And you could come back all throughout the day and scan your bracelet and just continue to add to your list. So it was kind of an interesting feature. All right, next. And then in this room as well, they had basically just the displays of all the older sets. So they have unboxed sets on one side, and then like in each of these triangles, and they had like the different sets and boxes as well. So there's a lot of nostalgia in this room for sure. They had the Fabuland display because they had done the model for this year for the Lego Star was Fabuland based, so they had a whole little display on Fabuland. This would be wicked in VR. I agree. The castle, my first castle. Oh no, my first big castle set was there, so I took pictures of it. Space sets as well. You know, bunch of stuff. All right, we're over 2 hours. So I think I'm almost done this Billund one, and we're gonna have to do another one for the rest of Billund. Which I didn't think we'd have to, but
hey, it's a once in a lifetime trip. So
it is. It is
probably until you get picked to get displayed, you're probably not going back.
No, exactly. This was actually cool too. They had the RCX, and then they had a huge, massive scaled RCX as well in a display, which is kind of neat to see. This one I took for Dave Cadice, but I haven't actually sent it to him yet. They have one of the zones, they have a waterfall that's all Lego brick.
That's fun.
Waterfall. Yeah, and it was pretty cool. This is also where that yellow pool of brick was, where there's people, you know, building their own creations in yellow bricks. And then the Fabuland zone at nighttime. This is that island area that was kind of opposite of the ski hill.
Okay.
Which is half of it is Duplo built, half of it is city or is system. They have just some different water techniques that I took pictures of because the tiling was really cool.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in your photos.
Yeah. The top of one of the trees again. I don't think I'd actually seen this view from this one here, so I'd taken another picture. More of the train sets and the city sets. There was a woodpecker on the side of the tree, which I noticed. I thought that was kind of nice little featured ad. And here's the side of the tree that's being built, and you can see the construction guy taking a nap up here. I just thought that was awesome.
That's a nice touch.
And then they had a wall of this was a contest, or this was a buildable thing they had for a few years ago where you could build a little 6x6 tile with a symbol on it or whatever you wanted. And it went they started with red, and then they eventually started adding yellow to the palette. So people started building, and they added they added the little builds here. And as they got closer to the end of the thing, they switched the colors in the palette. So naturally, it went from red to yellow. It's kind of a cool little transition. Would have been nice if they'd done a few more colors, I think. But and then the mini chef restaurant, which you have to reserve a spot for. It wasn't actually busy that day, so I think they were still allowing people to come in. But normally on a busy day, you'd have to reserve your spot. And this is where you use that little bag of bricks that they give you. And one brick each color represents a different course, shall we say, and each brick represents a different item on your menu.
Okay.
And you basically put it into a little computer. You build your meal, put it into a little computer, and then your order is taken. And eventually, you get a notification that your order is ready. And then you start seeing you'll see your food bin on this conveyor belt that's coming from a different room, a different kitchen. The kitchen's behind. Obviously, the robots aren't actually making this, but the robots are serving you. So you see here the parts are coming down. The bids are coming down. I'm going to jump ahead a bit because this is a 2-minute video. They come down a trolley, and then as they come down, the robots are delivering the food. And unfortunately, there was like a lot of food coming out at this point, so we couldn't actually get right in front of it, even though these were our meals coming down. Like these red bins are our meals.
You did just push the kids out of the way?
Well, I mean, yeah. So that was one of the 3 meals we had, and basically it comes up to the robots, and the robots push it down, and it's got a little sticker on it that shows you your meal. So I think this one was mine coming down. So the little robot pushes it on the conveyor belt to people. Oh no, that wasn't mine. Oh, that's mine there, or that one. Anyways, so yeah, it was kind of interesting. And then there's, like I said, there's a little sticker. It shows you your brick built thing, and then what your food was. I got the kid surprise one, which I ended up giving the kid surprise to Kai because his daughter really wanted is like a little chef minifigure in a bag.
Okay.
And it wasn't anything special. It's like I could build that chef at home, so I was like, yeah, whatever. But this led to a whole thing where, as we were done dinner, I started realizing that this box is in system. And I started posting in the Canadian Brick Builder chat, and I was getting laughed at by the people at the table with me. But I started realizing that this box is, like I said, compatible with Lego bricks.
Yeah.
It was X number of studs long, X number of studs wide, X number of studs high. This was a Lego. If you took this home with you, you could build it into your models. Yeah, would they let you do it? Even the lid was exactly a brick thick.
Wow.
The lid is 5 plates thick. So I thought, to me, that was amazing that Lego went to the effort of building their food containers to be the right scale. Sorry, Axel. We'll chat with you later. I know we've gotten pretty late now. And I think this is almost done. And even the computer where you plug the bricks in is to the same scale.
Yep.
So I was like, what the hell? Like it surprised me that everything Lego had in their thing was to a Lego scale in some shape or form. The salt and pepper shakers, 6x6 salt and pepper shakers. And then there was this here, which was just the only the best is good enough type thing. The Lego logo, and as you scanned across it, it was lenticular. So one side was the logo, and then as you went the other way, it became the four presidents or CEOs of Lego over time. Unfortunately, videos don't play that well on the computer. And then my purchases, which were basically the Lego duck, the pirates, and the Lego house architecture set, because you can only get those there. And then I've got some shots here from the roof of the Lego house again, because we went up that day as well to take some more pictures. And that's it for that folder. So that's where we'll end it. Again, sorry people, we're at 2 hours and 13 minutes. I'm so sorry. There's only 3 of you watching. I feel bad keeping that late, but I at least wanted to get through that folder. So we still have some more Billund folders to talk about, Legoland and Billund in general, which we'll have to do another day, I guess. I'm going to call it. I'm going to say goodnight. Matt, thank you for staying with us for this long. We will see you guys next week. And who would have thought that Lego House would have taken that long?
Well, that's like the whole reason you went. So.